Hi, Sagittarius rising sign. Here is your weekly forecast starting on the 9th of February until the 15th of February. So, the very first stop is Mercury making a conjunction to Pallas Athene, and then it's going to be making a conjunction to North Node as well. This is all happening in your fourth house. And this could talk to you about North Node is the growth. Pallas Athene is about strategy. So this could indicate a you uncovering a piece of information, for example, within your family, kind of like a myth that explains your current living situation, your current emotional foundation. Or maybe you find a way to change your living arrangements, your living space that might support your mental health or even your spiritual growth. Or you can decide that you keep your plans a little bit hidden away from your family circle. Or I can imagine that you are coming up with ways of kind of like self-mothering yourself to find your inner security. Maybe this is talking to us about a turning point in your family situation. So potentially this could talk to us about relocation or forgiveness, working on your family background so that finally you can become a healthier version of yourself. Or you can have that sudden thought about moving or buying a house, selling a house, and so forth. And then it feels like it's a kind of like a destined nudge from the universe. Now, Mercury is the ruler of your seventh house, so even it could indicate a milestone in your relationship, such as we decide to build a house, a family together, moving together. Or Mercury also rules your 10th house, so that could talk to us about you are trying to find ways to be able to work from home. Next up is Sun in Aquarius in your third house, sextile Chiron in your fifth house. And this is about you becoming brave to speak up about something or to share something with people which might have been a failure. And that could become somehow one of your most popular piece of work. When we are able to share our vulnerability, some of our childhood experiences, and people can relate to it, and then you get the support. And this might give you the confidence, for example, to be able to talk about these vulnerabilities in the future as well. Or maybe you decide to take a class and you can enjoy this. And it's kind of like the right to be creative, the right to be on a stage. Maybe this is an indication where, for example, you had certain type of childhood experiences which might have held you back from speaking up or performing and stuff like that. And now you have got the courage to make changes around that. Or maybe you are going to be encouraged by your siblings to pursue a dream of yours, which might come across a bit childlike, for example, with Chiron in the fifth house, but it can have a great potential to it. So, this is about you kind of like talking to yourself as well in a confident manner so that, yes, you can pursue basically your dreams. And this could even talk to you about healing your inner child and then kind of like talking to that child so that you can overcome certain type of rejections, not feeling as much outcasted anymore. We also have got a Mars Vesta conjunction happening in your third house. Now that is super important because Mars is the dispositor of Saturn, and Saturn just a few hours before the conjunction takes place, it moves into your fifth house, which I'm going to be making a separate video about. And that's going to be a lot more detailed as well, so that you can have a really great understanding of how Saturn will be impacting your fifth house. And I've already made a a video about Neptune ingression into the fifth house, and I broke it down for 12 signs as well. So Saturn will follow in the upcoming week. But again, this is triggering your third and the fifth house. So this is about you committing to a 2.5 year project. Mars is about achievements, Vesta is about focus. So we seem to be focused on a creative project. We are focused on, yes, giving birth to something creative. This could even indicate that you want to become a leader in your neighborhood, in your local community. So this could really talk to us about social, like becoming a social media influencer. It looks like that there is a shift here when it comes to your creativity, and you're gonna think about it a lot more. You're gonna be planning things out. Or maybe you can even take on a more serious structured role in your local community or in the lives of your children or even a sibling or even your inner circle as well. Or this could talk to you about you wanting to figure out the truth, or you want to speak only the truth, even when it's difficult, but it somehow changes your identity as well. Maybe you are going to be engaging in more frequent travels, something to do with going on holidays. Maybe it's a project, for example, that I want to do a travel blog. But there is some artistic quality here. Or I can even imagine that you are about to commit to learning a certain type of crafts. Maybe this is connected to coding, something to do with internet, website, or even writing as well. But it's about turning your daily communication into something more fun, but with some strategy, based on some type of strategy, doing something that is actually a bit more fun for you. We also have got an opposition this week, and that's between Jupiter and Juno. That is going to be triggering your second and eighth house. And this is about shared abundance. This is about potentially seeing some financial opportunities because Jupiter would like to increase somehow your income. But Juno in Capricorn says, you know what, in this current climate, it's not just about spending. We're going to have to be slightly bit careful as well with investment. So there could be some fears of making commitments to certain type of investment opportunities. Or Jupiter would like you to have this very deep, intimate connection. It's kind of like wanting to merge, for example, the finances with someone, while Juno says, well, I need to be focused on financial independence. So we've got a bit of a tug of war happening there as well. But this could talk to us about a business merger, for example. But you can become a little bit worried about you getting swallowed up by others, or this is also about someone who is not necessarily supporting your self-worth as much. It is about also you discovering your hidden assets. This is about maybe looking at your own financial blockages that you have been kind of like committing to, and then there is a time now to be able to heal that part of you as well. Or maybe there is an element of insecurity happening here. Maybe the insecurity is about your current bank balance, or maybe certain type of insecurities in your romantic relationship as well. That romantic relationship could be coming from Jupiter, because it's the ruler of your seventh house, sorry, your first house. And therefore, that brings in the topic of seventh house as well, because the first and the seventh are the continuation of each other. And Juno is, of course, a marriage agreement. Even there is a bit of a like an intimacy department. So when it comes to the deep emotional connection, it could indicate that we need to be sparking up our love life a little bit more by having certain type of experiences. We also have got Arachne entering the sign of Capricorn as well this week. And of course, the second house is finances and values. So I can imagine that it's kind of like you creating a spreadsheet of your assets, of your money that you own. You know, you might be looking at the leaks in the system, where the money is going, what is happening with that, how I can come up with a saving plan, and so forth. It's kind of like organizing your assets. It's kind of a systematic type of way. Because if you think of Arachne, who was all about, you know, the cobwebs and the intricate artwork and so forth. So you can even think about you trying to monetize your physical possessions, kind of like selling things that are not necessarily fitting your values anymore, or you are in need of some extra cash as well. Or maybe you even might be able to figure out how to take a skill of yours to the next level so that it can become kind of like a high paying kind of structured service that you can be providing to others. Or you decide that I'm going to get more disciplined with my spending habits. Maybe this is going to be a little bit more about quality over quantity type of mindset. Or you are about to be kind of like drafting up a a financial plan for your, of course, to grow so that it can impact your stability. Amor enters Pisces, which is your fourth house. And Amor is very much connected to forgiveness, unconditional love. So imagine that you are ready to work through some deep-seated family wounds. And maybe we become more empathetic, understanding, and then we are able to forgive the past. This is about nurturing your roots as well, making that spiritual connections to your ancestors. Or this is about you starting to work on your inner world a little bit, making it safer. It's kind of like your home to become the most loving place to be. This could even indicate that you are falling in love with a kind of like a new home. So I would like to purchase a home. I would like to relocate and so forth. Because it feels like that new living space is kind of like a sanctuary of peace, unconditional love, and so forth. Also, we've got asteroid Lilith entering the sign of Aries as well, and I find this very important because it does the ingression into the sign of, excuse me, Aries just a few days before Saturn would do that. So it's kind of like paving the path in front of Saturn. And that's going to be about creative fire. You know, that's about producing something, something that potentially is provocative or, you know, a little bit untamed. It's kind of like the wild child archetype here. So, you know, and the child is sometimes with Aries because it's a bit louder, a bit messy, a little bit more unapologetic behavior. So you might be tapping into those. Or you become quite bold when it comes to pursuing a romantic interest. And then you kind of tell the partner, okay, this is me, take it or leave it type of attitude. Or you can become quite bold when it comes to taking risks. I'm not afraid to try something new. And this is also an unfiltered joy archetype as well. So you might go for, I don't know, jumping out of an aircraft and so forth. So this is about more of a high energy experience, heightened vitality. So you might go and then have a little bit more fun. So the vibe of the week, it really feels like is there's a lot of realization happening within your family or where you would like to live and so forth. It looks like that you are changing the way you express yourself. You are going to be taking the fun life a little bit more seriously. It's kind of work hard, play hard type of energy. And the creativity seems to be one of your major mission or focus point in the next couple of years. But in order for you to achieve your goals, you might need to decide to master new communication skills, to study something, to meticulously plan out how I'm going to get there. So, good luck, Sagittarius rising, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye bye.